KXPX Big Rapids.
What would you put on my Christmas list if you were me?
Non-stop Christmas music throughout the holidays. This is the all-new B1039.
Morning sun lights the day, Pat and Brian on the way. Stories of small town life. Sports and joy cut like a knife. Hot stove leading for chat. High school dreams and college stats. Wednesday morning tales unfold. Memories and news retold. Tune in B1039. Curries voice and life's sweet line. Sheriff Miller by his side. Lively blue grass. Heart supply.
Brought to you by Big Rapids Tire, Zott's Bar and Grill, Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, and by M&M Collision Center. All right, and here we are at 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning, Christmas Eve.
Good morning.
Yep.
How are you this morning, Robert?
Okay, I'm
You're
here.
up and early. Yesterday, you were 25 minutes late getting on the radio.
Yeah,
we apologize to everybody. And in those moments,
I offered my resignation.
I forgot you would. But I forgot to mention some people that I wanted to talk about yesterday, so I'm just going to add on to yesterday's program on right now. Day before, I was over to Barrington, Michigan. You know where Barrington, Michigan is, Bob?
Great community.
And do you know what they're famous for over there?
Murphy's.
Murphy's, yep.
Yeah.
And
Williams.
Barrington Hardware.
Yeah.
My
Williams.
sponsors over there.
Barrington Hardware at Williams.
Yep. McCursty's.
McCursty's.
Mitch and his family. Yep.
The Hansons are over there, Lonnie and his
Greg.
wife and Greg and the BP. But anyway, I was scrolling through Barrington that day afternoon, and I got a chance to talk to Mitch McCursey for a few minutes out there until it got so cold I had to get in the car. But great guy, you know, and, Mecosta County is so fortunate to have a lot of traditional people in Mecosta County, and they're a family that McCursy's, I don't know, they've been there forever, I guess you might say. And we talked a little bit of history of Barrington. So that'd be interesting to have him on the show someday, wouldn't it, Bob?
That would be fun, yeah. Love to have him in because he and his whole family, the beginnings of that store and how it got to being what it is today. And I mean, you don't find a true butcher shop anymore.
No.
There it is.
And let's just give him a plug in here a little bit. They have the slaughterhouse right there that
They do,
Rob,
right next door.
His son Rob's doing now.
Yep.
And they do a great job there for the farmers, the local farmers around, butchering their cows, pigs, chicken. I don't know about chickens. I think they're out.
Yeah.
But just pig and hog and cow.
Right. Yep.
But anyway, then next door to them is McCursy's steakhouse, or what do they call that?
It's a butcher shop.
Butcher? No. The
store.
The general store.
Yeah,
they
the
have.
store, yeah.
McCursy's what? Meat house?
Yeah, just
McCursey Brothers.
McCursey Brothers.
Yeah. But they specialize in fresh cut meat.
They do.
That they sell.
Which is
right
really
up.
good.
Yeah, it is very good. And they have a few groceries there too. But more importantly, he's worked his rear end off his whole life for that community. And if it wasn't for them and Ricky at the hardware, which I want to put a plug in for Stella.
Ricky
and
and
Jerry.
Yeah, I told my wife.
Stella's a recent addition, and everybody loves Stella.
Yeah, so I said to my wife, I said, before we leave Barrington, I'm going to go in that hardware store.
Okay.
So I went in there, and my Lord, Brian, have you been in there and saw the cameras?
Yeah.
I couldn't steal nothing there if I wanted to. You'd be on. I shouldn't have that thought, but you know me.
Yeah.
They have more cameras than we do.
Oh, boy.
But have you been in it, Bob?
What, in Barrington Hardware?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, many times.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah. No,
But
one of my original sponsors here, he and Mitch.
But it's impressive, isn't it? They got everything from nuts and bolts to gas additives to gas cans to filters.
Fishing poles.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. You wouldn't be able to be a very big man walk down them aisles, though.
No.
But I wanted to buy something, so I bought 2 funnels. I'm always needing funnels, right? And they have the most unique funnel I've ever seen. It's a ribbed. It's a rubber plastic molded, and it's really durable. And so I bought that one and then a big old plastic one. And I got to the counter, And I finally got to meet Ricky. His voice,
Oh, yeah.
And the gal at the counter said to Ricky when he came in, Stella and him went for a walk. So when I got there, I said, I came in, I want to meet Stella. And she, well, Stella's not here. Well, anyway, they came back, and I heard his voice, and I knew he was up there with Stella. But I said to him, I've never seen a funnel like this, but when I saw it, I said, I got to have that funnel. And he goes, that's made right in Leroy, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Tool and Die up there, or one of the shops, casting shops up there, make these molded plastic rubber combination.
Wow.
Very durable. So if you want a good funnel, I've never seen one anywhere else.
Well, that's what I always say about there is that you go in and didn't realize you need something, and then you go in and then, oh, I need that. And every time you go in, it'll be something different,
But I dare say there's nothing he doesn't have. And when it comes to
he tries to have everything,
Or he'll get it
he's
for
the
you.
first to admit that
Oh,
he doesn't
really?
have, he doesn't have 350,000 square feet either. So
now, is he related to McCurzy's? And I never asked. 'Cause
I don't believe
at
so.
one time, I think McCurzy's had that hardware, didn't they?
I'm not sure. We'd have to ask Ricky.
Okay.
We should have him.
How about the Murphy's Bar? They're related to McCurzy's, right?
No, the Thatcher. They're related to Ricky.
Oh,
Okay, there you go. Okay.
All right.
Courtney that owns
All right.
that.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, Brian, if you remember when Navarre Ford was there. Were you around then?
No.
Okay, that's how old I am. My God. They used to have 2 car dealerships here. McLean Chevrolet, where Rob's Towing is now. That was McLean Chevrolet. And then Barretton. And then they had Navarre Ford right next to Murphy's. That was a go-getter place, man. They sold a lot of cars over there.
Well, I know when we head over that way, we either go hit Williams or Murphy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so anyway, we really appreciate Barretton being there because they have everything you need. They have a great restaurant there with Williams there. And then,
And of course, they have the Lilac Festival in the spring, and they have the Barretton Days. Those are always fun. I've DJ'd at a couple of years, so that's always a good time too.
Yeah. Then Jack just recently, I think it was this week, they closed, or last week, Jack and Jerry
Sold.
Yeah.
Sold the gas station.
Yeah.
Barney Castle's over there. They're buying another one. Yeah. So another independent out and a corporation in, which good or bad, it's there. It's America.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're here to talk about sports, but I just wanted to.
Well, I think Mitch had a birthday somewhat recent here in the
did he?
last couple weeks. Yeah.
Okay, well, happy birthday, Mitch. Bob, you want to sing that to him? Birthday song? Bob's got a beautiful voice. Well, Christmas is around the
Right.
corner
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right around the corner. Got all your Christmas shopping done?
Someone
Brian?
else's birthday. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Jesus is the reason for the season, right?
Go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, we're going to be talking to Brennan Walsh from the Reed City Coyotes this morning and ask him how the season's going. And then we're going to talk to Ryan Hodges, the defensive coordinator for Ferris State Championship football team. Then who else we should call, and we didn't tell her. We ought to call Tia Wilhelm.
Well, I don't know about call, but maybe get her in here soon.
Yeah. Boy, she had a great year.
Yes.
Ferris is just dominating on all sports, like the basketball right now. The
Women's basketball's doing very good. Men's is kind of coming around.
I don't know if that one is coming around, but Kurt is, that's for sure. The women are really doing well. They're over in Hawaii right now and holding their own over there. Pretty good teams. They're playing. They're probably back by now. Those
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But high school-wise, the Cardinals aren't doing so well this year. Have you been to a game?
Boys, but girls are doing very well.
Girls are doing
so,
well. Yeah,
we'll have to get
the
them in.
girls always do well. They've always had some pretty competitive players on their team, and Mrs. Heist there, she does a great job coaching those girls. She knows the game. She played the game, so.
Yeah, that's maybe at first year get them in too, because that's a pretty good little team right there.
Yeah.
And the boys, they'll come.
Yeah. They got to get through a year of this new coach. It's pretty tough taking over a program like Ingles left there. He did a pretty good job.
Great
year in
job.
and year out, very competitive, and got him there. And we'll see. It's tough, though. I mean, I'm sure the horses are down just a little bit, and they have to regroup and come out of this Christmas season and figure out where they're at, right? 'Cause
Well,
they got some
no
really
different
good
than the hockey
athletes.
team right now.
Right. Talk about that, Brian, just for a few minutes.
Oh, they've kind of lost 7 of 8, but last year I think they did the same thing and then came out of the holiday break and went on a little bit of a roll. You can't just assume that's going to happen, though. Just put in the time over break, so when you come back, everybody's ready to go and put your best foot forward.
Now, they got a lot of seniors on that team.
Right.
They got a lot of seniors on the basketball team,
Right.
too, that whole senior class. We're going to get to baseball sooner or later. What do you think's going on there with the hockey program? You got some great players there. You got a great coach. Are they just playing really, really good competition? The competition's out there.
There's always good competition.
Yeah.
I don't want to say better.
No?
I think
Okay.
there's always good competition.
Yeah.
And, 7 of the 8 losses I think the hockey teams have been by 2 goals or less.
There you go.
So they're right there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of putting it all together and, maybe just a break away a little bit, some time away, and then coming back and,
Think it gets in those kids' heads?
everything gets in people's heads.
Yeah. But I mean, kids, I haven't been a kid in 60 years, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe a
Is
little
it a
bit.
head game, you think?
Sometimes, but you just, you gotta be positive and,
I know,
and you think have a positive mindset and positive things happen.
But I mean, like most athletes, the real good ones are relaxed in all different situations. I just wonder if now they're looking at their record and they're kind of pushing themselves a little bit too much, maybe, or a little hard on themselves, maybe, or trying to.
You get
overachieve.
frustrated.
Yeah.
You get frustrated when you know what you're capable of, and
Right.
maybe you're not doing as well as you think. Sometimes you put a little stress on yourself.
Yeah.
But it comes down to just being a unified front and playing with each other, not looking out for yourself, but playing with your teammates, and good things will happen.
But it's a lot of fun, ain't it? I mean, everybody
yeah.
wants to win, but at least they're competing, and
Yeah.
If you look at the last week or so, man, life's thrown right in, right.
Oh my
right.
gosh,
I mean, it's just a lot of changes right now. We just lost Jack Cooley yesterday.
that was a surprise.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, he's been battling cancer
Yeah.
for a few years now, but we'll talk about him and give him a tribute on my Tuesday show someday.
Yeah.
I'll get Dan Spadowski in here and a few others, but our heart and prayers and
Great,
thoughts
man.
are out to his wife and
Yeah.
the kids, his son. I always compliment people that raise good kids, and Jack and his wife, they raised 2 wonderful, wonderful adult people, and his daughter and Jack Jr. there, he's the head of Michigan over here in the heavy equipment area, and he's done a great job. So he had a purpose in life, and he achieved that. But he was just one of those great guys, and like I say, we'll tribute to him next Tuesday, maybe there, and get a few of his buddies in here because he definitely deserved it. He's a hard worker. He worked right up until he couldn't work anymore.
Right.
He wasn't one of those guys that just laid back down on the couch. He fought this cancer with a lot of strength and support from his friends, and we're going to miss him. But anyway, getting back on track here, we're going to call Brennan Walsh from Reed City. Bob, you got his number?
I don't know if I have it.
Let's give him a call here, and we want to thank our sponsors this morning. Bob, once again, that's Zott's Bar and Grill
Yeah,
in Big
absolutely.
Rapids.
Yep.
And Big Rapids
They're
Tire.
until 3 today. They'll be having lunch till 3. So.
And M&M Collision. And then Curries, by the way, will be closed tomorrow so we can celebrate the birth of Christ, our Savior. So once again, Curries, but the towing company will be in operation for you people if you get stranded or whatever. We surely don't want that to happen, but if it does happen, Curry's Towing will be available for your service. But Curry's Amico will be closed because Lisa wants the day off to celebrate Christ.
Absolutely.
Yep. And we're going to get, is this Tom Izzo?
Yes, the one and only.
Yeah, Tom, this is Pat and Sheriff here, Biran Miller at 1039.
And you're live on B1039.
Yeah.
You're live on the radio.
Yeah, Bob loves to say that. even
I
though-
have to.
I know you do,
I
but
get slapped on the wrist.
Probably the rules, huh?
Well, the boss is here.
but Michigan State, you're doing pretty good this year, huh?
Well, we lost a tough one on Monday.
No, you did?
Yep.
Okay, who'd you lose to?
Kalkaska.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Oh, you said it was going to be a physical game. Tell us about it.
Yeah, they were tough. They got momentum early. They jumped out on us. We got down double digits early and battled back and ended up tying it up. I think it was like 48-48 going to the fourth quarter and lost 57-61. Had a couple opportunities that we could have won the ball game, but shot didn't fall.
So what was the ending results? Score was what?
57-61.
So that was pretty high scoring, right?
Yeah, it was a good game. Both teams played well. Both teams attacked the rim. They only made a couple of like 2 threes the whole night. The rest of the time they had a big guy inside that scored 19 on us, did well, and their boys just they put the ball on the floor and they attacked the rim.
Not trying to find excuses, but you got a really, 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 really young team. How is their age compared to yours? Because, an 18-year-old playing against a 16-year-old, the mass of muscle is a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit. A little maturity. Their coach said before the game, this is one of the better senior classes they've had in a long time.
Okay, so they are.
So they were seniors and juniors, and kind of our closing lineup was our 3 sophomores, a freshman, and 1 senior. And so, that is a tough matchup.
I always looked at Kalkaska as being a hockey school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
they do have a hockey team then, huh?
Yep, they have.
Oh, wow. They got a rink in Kalkaska?
I don't know where they play, but there's been a hockey. Yeah, I think there is actually.
Yeah, I think so.
You're right.
There's a big complex there.
Yeah. When I haven't heard you complain yet, but a lot of times when a team gets beat, we like to complain about the refs. How were the refs up there? Can you?
No. I thought it was pretty good both ways, and there wasn't a lot of complaining from either side. So that's a good thing, and I think our boys are starting to learn they need to focus on what they can control and not the refs.
Yeah, just as a coach, though, let's just touch on that a little bit. In today's world, we are so easily to condemn a ref's decisions on the court. Their eyes are different than the ones up on in the stands, obviously, because there's a lot of disputing. Well, Brian, you used to be a ref. Are you still a ref in basketball?
No, I did football, baseball, basketball.
Yeah,
I did basketball.
I thought so. I remember.
Well, it makes you.
What?
Until you do something in somebody's shoes, you don't really understand. And once you've done that, there's a little bit more grace that is given sometimes.
Yeah, but it really is tough to get refs, let alone.
Nowadays?
Yeah.
In all sports.
It's not easy, and I don't know if you remember, Pat, but you hired me one time when I was working for you to come ref St. Peter's, St. Mary's game. I'm not sure if you ever paid me the $10 or not, but
I don't think I did.
But I was a terrible ref. The kids were brawling, parents are yelling, and I said I don't want to ever do that again.
So you let them play the way you did.
It's tough to ref basketball. I mean, the angles are tough to get a good line of vision. Kids are. They're throwing their arms up like they got hit sometimes, and they didn't get hit. And, so it's a tough game to call.
Yeah. So I wonder, it must pay awful good for them guys to get out there. I mean, I feel bad for them because I hate to hear a parent, and I'm not saying I have heard it here in Big Rapids, but I'm not saying I haven't either. Let's start this over again. I hate to hear a parent blame the refs for the game that their kid lost. Especially, what's that do to the kid hearing daddy say, well, we got beat, it was bad reffing? What's your thoughts on that, Brennan?
Yeah, I think it's just giving your kid an excuse. And,
yep.
And the way I look at it is if it came down, if it was a close ball game and it comes down to a ref's call, then we should have done a better job going into the fourth quarter and gave ourselves a lead. I just don't think it prepares them, for life. It doesn't do them any good. It's not going to change the outcome. You never see a ref change their call when people are whining and complaining. So, I think our boys are hopefully starting to learn. Just don't question it. Just accept it and move on to the next one. And I swear every time that we just focus on the game and we're not discussing the refs, that we play better.
Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts, Brian?
No, I think the more you make excuses, Brennan said it, the more you make excuses for the kids, and you're just entitling them and enabling them, and life isn't easy, and so as you get older, you can't always just place the blame and point the finger at other people. You got to say, hey, I didn't put myself in a good situation in the first place.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Right. You tell them go get some popcorn, some pop, enjoy life. How about let's go back up a little bit. Before Kalkaska, who'd you play?
I'm sure you remember we played BR, even though I know you had plans that night, but that was a good win for us. Felt good for the boys, and personally, it was the first time that I've won on that court. So, it was good
really?
to check that one off the list.
Wow. Yeah, because that's the first time you beat Big Rapids in how many years?
We didn't last year. The year before we got them, but it was at our place. And so and last year we took it on the chin pretty hard from them. So so it was a good win, and we got out early, and it gave us momentum. I mean, we were up 37-19 at halftime, and it might have been in the third quarter 47-21 at one point. And our boys it was just kind of they were in the right place at the right time consistently, and did a lot of good things. So it was a lot of fun to be a part of that night.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe a Coyote team or a Cardinal team, as good as they are, could get beat by that many points. That was a tough one for us. And to be honest with you, I really felt bad for our guys because we had Cole and Trenton in here last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Before the game.
Yep.
And just two fine young people, and they're both winners. But to get beat like that, that's pretty hard to swallow, especially against you Coyotes. On the other hand, I'm very happy for you guys because you deserve everything you get because you do work hard up there, and I know you're building a really good program. That being said, you're pretty young.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with our last lineup in that game against Kalkaska, 3 sophomores and a freshman, and so we are young, and they got 9 or 10 seniors. So I mean, I really wasn't expecting that outcome necessarily, and but if we played 10 times, I mean, it might go 5-5. I mean, we just got off to a really good start, and it doesn't matter the team when you get momentum. I mean, that's a real thing in athletics, and it's hard to overcome. I mean, the same thing. I think that we probably had more skill than Kalkaska, but they got off to a good start. So it's just a couple shots fall for you. You're in the right place at the right time on defense, and all of a sudden you get rolling a little bit, and you're just feeling good, and that was what happened for us on Friday. As boys were just, we went into halftime with a lot of confidence, and carried it through to that third quarter.
I don't know if there's a sport that you got that momentum is more important in than basketball. I really think that if there's a sport where momentum is really going to carry you, it's basketball.
Yeah, 100%, because it's so up and down, and it's not, like football. Okay, let's throw it in our defense, so it's a different group. They're off the court, and so they're seeing what they got to do or off the field. But basketball, you got those guys are out there transitioning from offense to defense, and so if they get down for a second, I mean, it can affect the next couple plays, and that's where that momentum really comes into play.
Yeah, it's quite the head game, that's for sure. On your list of players, games you got coming up, do you play Ludington this year or no?
Oh, we did first game of the season. So and we battled them. It was we were close at halftime, but I mean, again, there's another team with a lot of seniors and a lot of experience, and it's coming off of back-to-back district champions. So they were a tough team, but I'm hoping that we'll get to see them again at their place come district time.
How about what's up next then? Do you have Christmas games, or are you off?
Yeah, we got Vestberg. We play them, and then on the other side, so it's a holiday tournament at our place, and on the other side is Beale City and Mason County Central, and either of those teams are going to bring good competition. So and Vestberg's 4-1, and so it's kind of neat opportunity to always guarantee yourself a couple of home games, playing over break to keep yourself in shape and motivated, and then hopefully get some good competition. And I think that's what we'll see.
Beale City, I think, beat McBain here earlier this week, maybe.
Oh, wow. They did.
Yeah, they did 47-41, and so they only allowed McBain to score 41 points. So
and usually McBain's a pretty good competition.
Yeah, they've got a really good junior up there. And, I mean, he's a very good ball player. He's one of the best players in the area. And so, yeah, I saw that score, and I was like, oh, geez, that Bill City's for real. And, I mean, they've always got really good athletes over there.
When is the tournament up there?
That's not this weekend, but the following, Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
I think it's always important. I mean, to have, if you can host a tournament or go to a tournament sometime over break, it just keeps everybody, active and not just, sometimes you worry that the student athletes are going to maybe just lounge around maybe too much and not work on their game like they should. And so when they do come back, it takes a while to get back into that groove.
Did you have very many football players? Do you have very many football players on your basketball team?
Yeah, we got four football players.
Not like you used to be then.
And so, and maybe not as much as we've had in the past. We had a group of boys that didn't play a fall sport, and so they were in the gym quite a bit.
So how important do you think that is? Because that might be hindering Big Rapids a little bit. We got some great athletes there playing basketball, but, geez, I bet you 70-80% of them are football players, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that it hinders you. Because they're competing, they're motivated, working hard in the weight room. They're being part of a team, and that winning mentality, and so I'm definitely all for having football players on our team. We're not we don't want to get away from that, but at the same time, the last few years had to worry about injuries, and this year we didn't. We came in healthy, so that's always nice.
Kind of like looks like all the area basketball teams are kind of peaking in the next 4 or 5 years. Would you agree with that?
I really think that our conference. There might be a couple teams that maybe like a Lakeview and a White Cloud right now that are down, but besides that, I feel like there's a lot of good basketball being played and some good young ball players, and I think it's pretty good competition. When I see our scores against other conferences right now, I think schools are doing well, and so it used to be kind of a knock on our conference that during the regular season, it wasn't the best competition. Then you get in the playoffs and you weren't ready for it. But I think that we're facing good competition most every night.
Well, we wish you the best, and we wish you a Merry Christmas, your staff and all you Reed City Coyote people up there. We take pride in you guys to the north of us, don't we, Brian?
We do.
Yep, except when they play us. But anyway, God bless you, Brennan, and thanks a lot for letting us spend some time with you, and hopefully next week we'll get you on for a few minutes, and not next week, the following week after you do your tournament. So get ready for that following Wednesday after that, okay?
Merry Christmas to you, Jill and Dylan.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
Yep.
See you, buddy.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, Bob, at the half-hour mark. That's the first in a long time.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to go ahead and get
He's getting used to this radio thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I should. Eventually, I will get even better. And then we're going to get Ryan Hodges on the phone, great defensive coordinator, assistant. I might call him the assistant to the great Tony Anise, but Tony Anise is the great one, but there's a great one right behind him and called as Ryan Hodges, so he's going to be nice enough to talk to us in the next half hour here. Be right back.
It's snowing again, and the last thing you want is to have to deal with that old clunky snowblower that might not even start. Or perhaps you've been told that shoveling is not a very good idea for you. Well, wouldn't you like to have the peace of mind knowing that your driveway and walks will be taken care of? M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing wants to give you that peace of mind. No matter how long or short your driveway is, M&M can take care of it. If you just want snow plowing and walk shoveling, or if you'd like the full treatment with a layer of salt, they can do that as well. If you're a business owner, you know that an unplowed parking lot means lost revenue. Let M&M take care of it before your doors open. Remember, customers on the plow list get first priority when the snow comes. All it takes is a phone call to M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, 231-796-4956. When winter rears its ugly head, and it will, take comfort that M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing is here to serve you. When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town.
Hi, this is Pat Curry. We're right here with Biran Miller at 1039. We talk about what's happening with sports in Big Rapids. Well, we got a new sponsor. None other than the Great Body Shop right on Maple Street, east of the bridge in Big Rapids, Michigan. It's called M&M Collision Center. They're celebrating 30 years of trusted, top-quality auto body repair and remains the name you can trust. Whether you have a major collision repair or a minor fender bender, our award-winning team has you covered with free loaners and vehicle detailing with every repair. They work with all insurance companies and treat every vehicle like it's one of their own. From auto body repairs to supporting local community organizations, giving back to the community is part of who they are. Come and see Matt and Devin and Trish and Justin. Just a great group of people there. Come and see why Big Rapids trust M&M Collision Center of Big Rapids, where quality and community come together.
Come say cheers at Zot's Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zot's, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zot's Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curries Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. You know, we're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
Hooked at Curries.
Pete, why do you come to Curry's?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I go to Curry's to get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions and mayonnaise and ketchup. And you're not going to ask, where's the beef? It's going to be in the bun.
Hi, this is meteorologist Morris Longworthy with your B1039 weather. But first, let me tell you about Lake Osceola State Bank. The entire staff, from the front lines to the back offices, are all in service to you. Across 12 locations and 6 counties, Lake Osceola State Bank wishes you a happy, safe, and festive holidays. Lake Osceola State Bank, member FDIC. Visit losb.com today. And Rudolph reports final harness checks complete. The team has been given a go with the red nose up front. For today, cloudy and 34. Tonight, isolated mix and snow with a low of 27. Christmas Day, cloudy and near 36. Thursday night, freezing rain rolls in after midnight with a low of 34. And Friday, travel hazards exist with freezing rain and a high of 33. Saturday, cloudy and 40. Sunday, a chance for snow at 35. I'm Local First meteorologist Morris Langworthy for B1039, Big Rapids home for the holidays.
All right, we're back. Hey, Merry Christmas to everyone. We're having a special program here this morning. It's called Brian and Pat.
Yeah.
We're talking sports. You got Ryan Hodges on there.
Ryan, you on there?
Yes, I'm here.
All
How
right.
you guys doing?
Congratulations, Coach.
You're live on B1039, so now you know.
Thank you.
What a year, huh?
Wow, it was right. You know, you guys just continue the dynasty, I guess. Wow.
Dominance dynasty.
Yeah, just wow. It just, I don't know what to say, Ryan, but thank you very much for what you do for Big Rapids and what you've done for Ferris State. Put us on the map. I mean, the people that you've had come and go, they are really putting Big Rapids on the map. I hear it from all over the United States, and I'm serious when I say that. In Canada, too. They know where Big Rapids is now, and you know, it's funny, you could have a brain surgeon, world-renowned brain surgeon, and he couldn't give us what you guys have given us. And I hope everybody gets right out there and supports you, not only with thanks a lot, but bring some money to the table too, because you guys definitely deserve to keep going for what you're doing for us. But let's just hear it from the guy that made it all happen. You know, you've been with Tony all the way through the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I've been with Tony since 2003, actually, back in the Muskegon days, and you know, he got hired in Big Rapids in December of 2011, and I got hired by him a month later. So I've been with him all but 1 month here. And, you know, being an alum, it's extra special for me. You know, I get a chance to see all my former teammates and see the excitement on their faces, and get to do this at my alma mater. So it's a great feeling to bring such a winning tradition back to Big Rapids and back to Ferris State, and you know, take it over the top. And I mean, you got to pinch yourself. In no way, in shape or form, did you ever, if whatever goals you set for winning a national championship and putting together a great team with great culture, you know, and trying to follow Coach Janice's lead, do you ever imagine you'd win 4 championships in 5 years? And it's just these kids are resilient. They work hard. They're never satisfied. And you know, the great thing is we get to bring some young guys along with us, so they get to see it, they get to feel it without even playing in the game. And so when you bring those young guys along, they want to do it themselves. They get hungry for it, and you know, it's almost, you know, I remember one of our first championships. Sefa was there, and you know, he said to me right away, next year I'm gonna help us win it, you know. And it's like, hold on, let's just enjoy this one. But he was one of those guys that helped us win it, and he was there because his brother was there, and you know, he had moved on to Western Michigan. But just, you know, that same mantra of like, we got to get back, you know. So I know there's guys already working hard because they want to go back, and just never satisfied.
Yeah, well, it is amazing, though, how you do it, because you got a target on your back. Everybody's going to come out and play their best game against you, and obviously they think they can, because the first quarter pretty much tells the story that, hey, there's some competition out there. They can play against Ferris. But then after that first quarter and then into the second quarter, definitely the second half, Ferris dominates. Is that because you guys, I don't know how to ask this question, but we're all human beings, but what sets you guys apart from the rest of the teams? And I know I don't mean to build you up to say, no, because we are better than them. Well, you obviously are better than them, but what is it you guys do that the competitor's not doing? What do you think the difference?
You know, I can't really pinpoint what they're not doing compared to what we do, but with the coaches that I work with on a consistent basis, I think we do a great job of, you know, communicating with each other and trying to figure out what is our message to the players before we come out into the second half, and what adjustments do we need to make in order to, you know, eliminate some of the things that the other team was successful with. And I think we've been very good at our adjustments in game, our adjustments at halftime, and just trying to communicate well with each other, and then communicate and relay those messages to the players. Sometimes it's just a matter of us buckling down and executing the game plan we've designed, and other times it's making subtle adjustments to that game plan in order to, you know, adapt to the things that they're doing well, because all the teams are coming in with a game plan, coming in with certain wrinkles and tweaks, and we got to be adaptable and not stubborn. And I think we've done a good job at that since I've been here, both on offense and defense, of being able to adjust our plans accordingly. And the proof is in the pudding. Like you said, our second halves in the playoffs were unbelievable. I keep track of the points scored against us by quarter. And when you look at the second half, particularly the third quarter, our defense didn't give up a single point in the playoffs. There was 2 touchdowns scored in the third quarter against us in the playoffs. One was an interception return for a touchdown. The other one was a kick return for a touchdown. And other than that, the defense buckled down and didn't give up anything. So our adjustments were really good, and our players do a great job of executing those adjustments.
I noticed one thing you guys do too, and you're very well at, unless you're hiding it, is there's not much frustration when they are close to you guys, or if you guys, like you say, interception. Nobody blamed anybody for that. You didn't see anybody push somebody saying, hey, that was your fault, or whatever. You just, you work as a team. That's got to be part of your winning. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, it's always been my mindset to never give up. And when we talk at the beginning of the year, each coach gets an opportunity to present in front of the team. And, we try to relate things to life as well. And no matter where you are, no matter how down you are in life and in the game of football, you don't ever give up. If there's time on the clock, you continue to work hard and you continue to try to push through and persevere. And so in those moments, I'm always trying to, talk to the guys and let them know that there's a lot of football left. Against Saginaw Valley at one point, I think we were down 24-7.
Right.
And it was early in the game. And so it was, there's a lot of time left. Don't look at the scoreboard. Keep playing every play to the best of your ability. We are good enough to make a run here. And then I couldn't even imagine at Saginaw Valley, all of a sudden by the end of the third quarter, we're ahead. And so it was just a back and forth battle at that point. But, just trying to instill in them that never give up attitude and to continue to fight no matter what. And our guys do a good job of, putting their head down and getting to work. And, it's tough when you're turning the ball over and, the defense is getting put in bad spots. But we have to have that mindset on defense that it doesn't matter where the ball's at. That's things that are out of our control. And once we get out on that field, we just got to do our best to stop them, whether the ball's on the 1 or the 50-yard line. It doesn't matter.
They said after last year, you guys be hurting on the front line on defense. That was a big concern. I'm not saying the coaches said this, but I'm just saying the audience that's sitting there watching Ferris football, they said they're going to miss all those front linemen on the defensive line. And then you bring Ed Philly on as an assistant there with a big background in football and coaching, and I'm sure that helped. And Tyler Shreve, ex-player, alumni there, and a great player in his own right. He's coaching those guys. You guys had a heck of a front line on defense this year.
Our defensive line, if you watch that championship game, they set the tone all night long on the defensive front. They played so good. Tyler Shreve has done an awesome job. Ed Fillion and Victor Nelson, who played last year, he was our best defensive lineman last year. He's helping out too. Wow. And so between those 3 guys, putting a lot of tension up front and the hard work by, CO, Caleb Davis, Marquis Jones, Javon Ruffin. Ruffin really came to this year, and he had a heck of a game on Saturday. And then on the outside, you got, I guess interior-wise, you still got Zach Kelly, who's a young player who really, grew a lot this year and, is looking to take over some of those reins from those seniors that are leaving with Caleb Davis graduating and CO Saiapia graduating. Zach's going to step up. And then on the ends, we had Stanley Lambert, Jack Lemancusa, and Tim Allen. And Tim Allen really played well. So just kudos to all those guys who were in that room together all year long and continuing to grow. And we do so much more up front than we ever have, in these past 2 years, switching to the 4-2-5. And those guys have really taken it and enjoyed it, and they get to do a lot of different movements and a lot of different things. But in this last game, it was all about just we were head up techniques and blocking blockers and just getting off the ball. I've watched the game now probably 5 times. I think my wife's getting sick of watching it.
Right.
Just amazed at what we did up front and how many guys, because of what we did up front, how many guys were unblocked and able to make plays in that game. And that's a really good offense, and I don't know if you would have thought so watching us defend it.
Yeah, how about your offense, man? That quarterback, you guys lost Trinidad last year, and most coaches would say, oh, my God, we just lost the heart of the body of the football program. And this guy, watching him from Corona there, man, he acts like a pro out there. I mean, he was so relaxed and very confident in what he was doing. And I got to tell you, my hat's off to your the play calling. Unbelievable what you guys come up with your play calling. Whoever's doing that, and I'm talking offense, obviously, but I mean, and then those guards, pulling guards, blocking for opening the holes. I mean, these guys on the other side of the line there, they're pretty good sized boys. I mean, they just weren't pushover, but you guys, your technique of blocking, if people really watch that, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, our offensive line played unbelievable all year. They call themselves the Nasty Boys, and Coach Rock and Coach Burton, who just got here for the first year, they've done a great job with those guys up front. And, Wyatt Bauer, he got a chance this last spring. He was the main quarterback getting all the reps because Trinidad was hurt. Chase was hurt. Carson was coming off of his broken leg and wasn't doing much, and we were transitioning him to a tight end. And so Wyatt got a lot of experience in the spring. And then, Chase really developed this year into a superstar, and Wyatt developed into a superstar, and then Carson becomes a utility guy, and he's a superstar. He's played a lot of football here. Yeah. And so just seeing the development of that offense and how, I mean, almost everybody's a threat to run, catch, or throw. Yeah. So when you got all those different elements, with Brady Rose being able to do a lot of different things, I mean, it was fun to watch. I can't even imagine trying to game plan to defend our offense. It would, give you nightmares.
Think about it. Brady Rose, I think, was a high school quarterback, right?
Yes, he was.
So you got
he was.
Carson,
he was a high school quarterback
Carter,
and a similar type offense.
Well, he's a senior this year. He's all done, huh?
Yep.
Now, was he kind of the leader out there, even though usually the quarterback is, but with the experience that he's had in his last 12 years of playing football, high school, and the whole works, he had to be kind of one of your leaders out there, was he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Brady knows a lot about our offense. He knows the ins and outs of it. I mean, if Brady had to be the full-time quarterback for us, there would be no doubt in my mind that he'd be able to do it.
We should have him on the radio. I'd love to have him on here. I wonder, is he getting a degree in construction management? What's he in? What's he going?
I believe it is construction management. I think you are correct.
Oh, wow.
I think he's got another semester left to finish because he was in a different program, but
sure.
He switched into that, and I think he does have one semester left. So, I imagine you could get him on for sure.
Yeah, he'd be a great guy to showcase someday, Brian. We should have him on here.
Yeah.
What did your quarterback situation, unselfish? These guys are unselfish. I know Carson pretty good, and he hadn't have no problem at all having somebody else be the quarterback. He was really waiting to see where you guys needed him at. He excelled in every position you guys played him in. My hat's off to him, too, a fine young man. And I've gotten to know him in the last 2-3 years through the gas station there, and I got to know Trinidad. And there's a young man in here yesterday, and I was too embarrassed to ask him his name, but he's, I think, defensive end for you, and he's getting his 3rd ring. What a nice young man. He was from Texas.
Oh, Ralph Carter.
Yeah, Ralph's his name.
Yep.
Yeah, Ralph.
Yep.
Who calls their kid Ralph anymore? That's cool. He's a good young man, though. I don't know what he's like in school, but out in the public, he's very respected. I just think the world of him. But anyway, that being said, you got a great group of young people there. But getting back to the quarterback thing, do you see your competition kind of doing what you're doing now? Because most of the time, like Harding, they only had the one quarterback, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and Grand Valley, they normally just have one quarterback, right?
I feel like they've done some different things in the past where they've played a couple of different guys.
I wonder if that's because you guys do that.
And they did some of it this past year as well. They try to bring a guy in to run at times, to take the load off of, their other quarterbacks, which, there's a lot of different opinions from a lot of different people about it, but I love the way Coach Anise approaches it. And, because if you hang your hat all on one guy, if something happens to that one guy, you're in a lot of trouble.
Right.
And quarterback's such an important position that having multiple guys that can do different things and have different skill sets and lead in their own way, I think is critically important to, continued success. And so if you try to be a program that is steady on the top and keep that continued success, I think you got to treat the quarterback room like any other room where, if something happens, you've got more than one player that you can go to. Just imagine last year. I mean, Carson was kind of a guy, and Trinidad was, taking some snaps, and I'm sure they were going to, share a lot of that role throughout the year. And Carson goes down, and Trinidad, pretty much just kind of takes it over. And if Trinidad wasn't in the mix and wasn't able to be ready to do that, it could have been a whole different year last year.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's what separates one of the key points for Anise coaching and his staff is they realize that where a lot of your competitors aren't doing that. They just play that one quarterback. He's their star for 3 or 4 years or whatever, where you guys seems like you got 3 or 4 guys could step in there, and I think that's one of the key points of winning these championship seasons. Don't you think that?
Well, it's not only that, but you got to have a good enough culture where that can thrive. And so if you got a culture where that can't thrive, then you get a little bit of separation in guys that would probably want to leave as opposed to guys wanting to stay to be a part of something like that.
Well, that's my point. And how does he continually getting these different personalities in there to buy into his program like that? Because and I know a lot of young people going to college thinking I'm the best of the best. And then all of a sudden the coach says, no, we're going to share your responsibility. And he gets them to buy into that. Like Carson bought into it real easily. He's a very mature young man. And he had no problem buying into Coach Anise's program. I guess now it'd be easy to buy into it because you guys have won 4 championships. Why wouldn't you, right?
Right.
So it's a lot easier. But that has Coach Anise always done that throughout his coaching career? Has he always had multiple people in that position?
I wouldn't say always, but it's always an attempt to, and in the past when I've worked with him, we've had some times where there's one guy who's the guy and you still develop all the rest of them and they're still there. But when you got more than one guy that has the ability to do it, then instead of keep holding one back, he tries to make sure that those guys that have the ability to do it get the opportunities to do it. And so you got to have the guys that can do it before you're able to do it, if that makes sense. Same thing at any position. If we've got 3 corners that are good enough to play, and there's only 2 cornerbacks that start, that third corner will play. It's just a matter of getting them in the rotation. But if you only got 2 guys that can do it, then it makes it hard and you're limited. So, I mean, on the defensive side, we had a few different injuries throughout the year that made things difficult. And, we got 5 guys that play different positions in the secondary. And it's not always, hey, I'm this guy's backup, I'm going to go in there. It's, well, the next best defensive back is going to come in, and that could mean 2 or 3 guys changing positions. And sometimes that's not ideal, but you want to put your best 11 out there at all times in every situation to give you the best chance for success.
When you went to McKinney, everybody says, well, I have a gut feeling. Did you have a gut feeling going into that game? Because, Harding, a pretty good team. Obviously, they're a great team. They got there. Did you see any flaws in your team as you went down there saying, you know what, we better watch this one area? Did you key on anything like that, or did you just open up and say, hey, guys, play relax, just watch your positions? What was your game plan like when you went in to play them?
Well, when we kind of knew it was going to be Harding throughout, and, you know, I watched, after our game against Newberry, I watched, I think, 3 plays against, you know, Harding against Kutztown, and I text the defensive staff, and I said it's going to be Harding because, you know, you can see how teams line up against them and what Harding likes to do. And when we knew it was Harding, we felt like we were kind of ahead of the game because we played them last year, and it's a very specific offense that they run. And so we kind of had the blueprint. It was just a matter of getting this team ready to go against their scheme and getting them tuned in because we didn't have all the same players. And, you know, we, you know, Victor Nelson made a lot of plays in 2024 against them. And, you know, we knew he wasn't going to be on the field. And so when we went into Tuesday's practice and our last practice outside on Top Taggart, you know, introducing everything to the guys, it felt like, okay, you know, we've got a good feel for it. And then and the scout team's just as important in this role. I mean, we had a lot of young scout players that did a phenomenal job. I mean, we basically played 3 scrimmages throughout the week. We went, you know, pretty close to live on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. When we got to Wednesday's practice at Jenison, it was a very physical practice. You could hear the pads pop in. Felt really good coming off the field on that day, and then watched the film, and, you know, we weren't as, you know, technical as we needed to be or fit things exactly right, and the scouts, some of the plays were just a little bit off, so we tweaked things for Thursday, and then after we got done with Thursday's practice, it was physical and technical, and the plays looked better. I felt really good at the end of Thursday's practice, like we've got a good shot, and it was almost like as a coaching staff, our job was pretty much done other than a few more film sessions with the guys, and it was going to be up to them to show up on Saturday. And you never have to worry about, you know, the mentality on that game day for the national championship. So we knew our guys would be ready. It was just a matter of executing and what kind of tweaks was Harding going to bring our way, and we made great adjustments to those tweaks, and our guys played hard and played fast and played physical, and our D-line dominated, so it worked out well.
How do you stay humble?
I mean, that's how I was raised.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It's you keep your head down, you work hard,
right.
Show up every day, and, you know, and you enjoy the things that come your way because of it, you know. And so for me, it's also trying to set a good example for my 4 boys and be a good family man and, you know, show them what it means to work hard.
Boy, you're going to have another son. You got 4 rings, you got 4 boys. You're going to have that fifth one next year. It never gets old, does it?
No, it doesn't.
But it's just like finding the key to success. You guys have found that. It's hard to retain that sometimes because you reach that goal and you think, wow, all right, I've done it. What more can I do? And that's my next question in closing. How does Tony just keep going on and on and on until he someday says, you know what, I've attained my goal. It's somebody else's turn to try to reach that goal and stay on top of the game. And in that, too, I want to ask you, it's kind of sad. Saginaw Valley's got a great program over there. They had a coach that came from you guys, right?
Yep.
And he was just released because he wasn't doing good enough. They want to beat Ferris State, and they're going to get somebody to beat Ferris State. That kind of puts those players in a position of, to me anyway, a little bit scared. I mean, you guys are really putting a lot of pressure on us to beat Ferris State. And where the heck would they ever get a coach better than Ryan Hodges and Coach Anise and his son and his nephew and all your other great back coaches? I mean, you guys have just got a great team. And I know they've taken, like Tesla, went over to Mount Pleasant to Central. Great coach. I mean, how do you replace him? You guys did it. You do it. Same thing with players. You might lose a few players. People said last year, well, we've had a great run. And then you do it again. It's like the key to success. You guys have really been blessed. And I know you personally, and I can tell you folks that Ryan Hodge is an outstanding young man, and he's a great father and a great husband devoted to all of that. And I think that's what it takes to be successful in life, and you've done that. So, I mean, when Tony Anise is put up on that statue, Tony Anise statue underneath it should have you little guys right behind him, because without you guys, and I know he knows that too. And I know he's humbled by it. But it's just, you guys are one big family, aren't you?
Yeah, it is. It's some of the stuff he talks about and that I try to kind of regurgitate is the process is the most important part. It's not, the result is the result, but the result is due to the fact that we're focused on the process, and the process is to be at our very best. And when we're at our very best and we continue to strive to be at our best and not worry about, the opponent so much and just being better that day, and when we focus on us, it really helps for us to be more and more successful. And when you look at the processes every single day, we won a title again, and it's like, it's almost a relief, like, we get to take a break. Right. But then I'm back to work on Monday, and I'm working on things already for next year, and Coach Anise is driving down to Florida right now, and I've already talked to him like 3 times today, and we're already talking about, the different parts of work that are in the off season, and so it's just always focusing on the process, always focusing on what's next, and never being satisfied with the things that have happened or things that have occurred. And this next year's team's a new team, and new guys and new challenges, and trying to continuously grow players and get them better, and as they step into all these new roles.
Is recruiting over with now?
Recruiting's never over.
Okay. All right.
And so we've got a lot of commits from the 2026 class. I think we have like 25 commits, most of them Michigan kids, and we'll probably recruit some more Florida kids as we get into January here for that class, and then we're going to have a couple transfers come at mid-year, and we've already got a couple of guys I think entering the portal with trying to look for those bigger opportunities. And so for us, it's just a matter of continuing to manage our roster and continuing to grow, and we'll see what 2026 brings.
Yeah.
And hopefully for now, for a couple days here over the holiday, I can enjoy 2025. I already went to the bookstore and bought me a new hoodie.
There you go, yeah.
Looking forward to the new coffee mug coming out over the holiday, and
right. Yeah.
Try to enjoy this family time. I get a little stir crazy. I'm used to being at work every day. So it's, my family's waiting for me. I'm about to make us a big breakfast, and
good for you.
And try to sit and relax and enjoy my time with the kids and my wife.
I remember when you lived down the street from us, and more often than not, when I was out in that field, I'd see, anywhere's up to 20, 25 guys over in the backyard there that you're cooking out. You're playing volleyball. You guys are playing around out there, and I said to my wife, this is years ago, I said to my wife, there's a winner right there. Those guys love that guy. He's doing it right. He's bringing them into his family, and, man, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
It was a long time ago. It's crazy. Hard to believe.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, I'm very proud to call you a friend, and very proud of your staff up there and everything you've done for Big Rapids. And like I said, you get on ESPN, how many people talk about Cadillac, Michigan? How many people talk on the Sports Center about Traverse City, Michigan? And all the cities around us in Western Michigan, or even Muskegon for that fact, or Grand Rapids for that fact. They've been talking Big Rapids big time recently, and we are so proud to call you the family of Big Rapids, Ryan. I mean that to it. Bottom of my heart, my dad would be so proud. Tom Cook, Tom Walsh, Jim Place, Hank Ware is still around, but not here. Just all those old timers that supported Ferris football all those years when they were, at its best, 9-4 or whatever, and they were proud to be a part of that team. It's just too bad that they're up in heaven looking down, but they are. I've been going on too much here, but God bless you and your family at this season, and thanks again.
Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Merry Christmas. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yep. Till the next time, Ryan. Thank you.
All right.
God
Take
bless
care.
America. Yep. All right, Bobby, that wraps it up.
Well, before we go, okay, come on, Jen, come on in here because I had nothing to do with this. This was done in the E Suite.
E Suite.
In the E
past
Suite.
the hour.
The highest. There we go. The highest echelons in this corporation.
No, it was Dom.
Yeah.
Dom
No,
was
that's it.
fiddling around on the computer, not working.
Oh, really?
Talking to our.
When does that happen?
Walking to our.
all the
He's always
time.
working.
Talking to our house orchestra, which the house orchestra that came up with your themes and everything. So we have
Yeah,
a
your
house
theme
orchestra.
songs for each of your shows.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of did something for your sports show a little bit.
Well, for Ferris.
And for Ferris, yeah.
All right, so here it is,
Ferris,
and
huh?
we'll say goodbye with this. B1039.
Snow's falling on the 50, breath hangs in the night air. Crimson and gold on every sweater, Christmas lights in the bleachers there. Crowd roaring like a choir, carols mixed with victory shouts. Dogs just raise that trophy, fourth star, there ain't no doubt. It's a dogtown Christmas, ring those bells. Four-time champions, hear that story they tell. From the field to the rafters, joy so loud we shout, go Dogs! With a hometown crowd, oh yeah, dogtown Christmas. Hearts on fire, full gold rings on that wire under bright December lights. We all agree this is how Christmas is meant to be. Pat Curry on the mic stand, laughing like he owns the night. B1039 spinning every song just right. Coach Tony on he's grinning, Gatorade still on his coat. Hosting up that football like a star on a tree you float. It's a dogtown Christmas, ring those bells. Four-time champions, hear that story they tell. From the field to the rafters, joy so loud we shout, go Dogs! With a hometown crowd, yeah. Turn the radio up, let the chorus roll. From every truck out to every porch, so coach. And the station hugging at the 50-yard line. Pat yelling, Merry Christmas, this is our time. Fireworks over the score, lighting up the snow. Four little numbers in red, that's all we know. Champions again, hear the hometown sing. Every bell in this county's got that dog ring. It's a dogtown Christmas. Ring those bells. Four-time champions, hear that story they tell. From the field to the rafters, joy so loud we shout, go Dogs! With a hometown crowd, Whoa.
There you go.
You like that?
That was awesome.
We're still on, Bobby?
Yeah, we're on. Yeah.
Oh, we are. Well, I just want to say Merry Christmas to Bob Aldrich here at 1039.
Merry
Jen and
Christmas to you.
Dom, thanks for a great year. We'll be back next week before New Year's Eve, right?
Yep.
And then we're going to have a great New Year's Eve down in the Elks Club. Prime rib chicken dinner down there, 2026 or 1726 for the chicken. I hope to see everybody there. And then we're going to have the countdown. Are we still going
We're going to do a countdown show with Pat Curry, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
My favorite songs.
With
Jen
all
and
your
Dom
favorite
and
songs.
Bob are allowing me to do that, folks, on New Year's Eve from 8 o'clock till 10.
And then you're joining Kyle
And
downtown,
then
and
hopefully
I'm
I'll
going to be here in
still
a nice warm
be
studio.
awake.
Yeah.
Still be awake, hopefully. But we're going to have some great songs that night. I'm going to, Bob said to me, he goes, well, don't make it all Toby Keith, which I don't know why he would say that.
Yeah, I wonder why.
But I love Boston. I love the Eagles.
Yeah.
So we're going to have some of those guys on here, and then we're going to have Toby Keith. Might have some Randy Travis. Might have some Alan Jackson, George Strait.
Yep.
It's Pat all the time.
The format
all
of
the
the station.
Little Bound Town.
And that would be funny. See, you would love it. Like after that, that would just stay it's Pat 1039 for the rest.
Well, you know,
of
music
eternity.
soothes the soul.
Yeah.
And as we get older, I know Don't Let the Old Man In. That's an inspirational song to me. My wife and my daughter said that's depressing. No, it's not. It's reality.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you know, this radio station is keeping me vibrant. I love it. I love coming on the radio. I love Brian. I love what Brian does for the community. I love what his whole department does for us as far as protecting us in the community. I love our city. I think they do the best that they can do for what we have here. And I know everybody likes my good friends Randy Vetter and those guys out there always like teasing me about RFD. I love our little small town, but you know, I think it takes a community to make a person smile, and this time of year there's any greater gift than putting a smile on somebody's face, you know, be it words that you say or just a nice greeting or a present or just giving them that Curries $25 gas certificate, you know, that in mind. We have a lot of little knickknacks.
Always a salesman.
Well, Doug Rant came in yesterday. I won't say what he spent from Zot's Bar and Grill, one of our sponsors. And, you know, he came over and supported me, and he stopped at Carlene's at Kilwin's and Boston Chocolates. So he supported a lot of local businesses, and that means a lot to the downtown people and myself. But, you know, you can get things on Amazon a little bit cheaper. I went to Red Fox yesterday and brought some prostate health stuff from the Now. I looked up on the internet, and Now is the best prostate.
TMI, Pat,
yeah,
TMI.
WTMI.
Yeah, but anyway, Red Fox, you know, they're doing a great job downtown, but they do need people. They need that door to open up. And so if you're looking for something healthy, they got it there, and they got great expertise on health, those two guys. Yeah, just downtown Serendipity's clothing stores open today. Stop in and get your wife a nice, whatever.
Gift card.
Gift card.
There you go. That's a good idea.
So they can figure out what they want.
Rogers Jewelry, if you're looking for that 14-karat diamond that you've been wanting to buy your wife, Brian, diamond.
14 karat, I heard.
Pat, she's
14. Heather, did you
I
hear
think
that?
she was listening,
14?
Huh?
14 karat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, if you can't get a 14, get a
They go for the
1.4. But,
Maybe 1.4.
Or Golden Visions down here, Rick Snavely, you know, I talked to him yesterday, and he's had another good year. Golden Vision right downtown Big Rapids.
Great guy.
If you want to buy some gold, silver, whatever, he's very knowledgeable in that end of it. Gold is way high right now, but people are still buying it. And then, you know, we're going to have a theater coming to town. Wow, I guess that's promised in 2035. I won't see it. But anyway, it's got a nice parking lot if you want to go park in a
And
nice
Pat's going to pick out all the movies, so it'll all be John Wayne movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Nice
like
parking
John
lot.
Wayne movies.
I do too.
Sons of Katie Elder is my favorite.
But then you got Brown's Barbershop. Dan's a sponsor of our ball dropping New Year's Eve. Dan Decatur and April, great people. They give a lot to this community, and we thank them for being a sponsor. Along with who else is sponsoring us real quick?
Pull that sheet out.
That's not it. Where is it?
Where is it?
We got our sponsors. Let me think.
There we go.
I can't find it, but let me see if my memory.
Too much to talk about here.
Maybe I can remember it. Midwest Excavating Group. I think that Brad Luban and company, Curries
Luban.
Auction House. Luban. God, I can never say his name. Luban. And then
Luban,
you told me
like Bond, like James Bond.
Luban.
Yes.
Midwest. Curries Auction House. Everybody knows Phil. He carries a lot of weight around town. Does a great job on his auctions. Brown's Barbershop, like I say, Dan Decatur, Curry's, Amico, and Towing. Can't beat their service. And that big smile we have on everybody. Ed Purdue, Plumbing, Ed and Kim, great people. Boy, they sponsor a lot.
Yeah.
They support.
Yeah.
Anytime you want him to buy a ticket, you know, there's so many good people like Ed Purdue, but Ed Purdue, he stands out. He's a good plumber, so if you're in need of service repair.
That's who we use.
Do you, Ed? Yep. Yeah, he's good. And then you got Tyler Schuberg, Rex's boy, trying to carry that fourth generation tradition on. He's doing a pretty good job. Schuberg Insurance.
Great job.
Sue Bean, she was Wayne and Betty O'Neill. She's been here for a long, long time. Sue's getting up in age now. She's well over 50. Great realtor here in town, just like your wife, Heather. She's one of our sponsors. Easy Mark, Barney Castle. I called Denny up. I say, hey, I need some sponsors for our dropping the ball on New Year's Eve. And he said, I'm in. didn't even ask how much it was, so put my amount that I owe on his bill. You know the difference?
That's what I'll do.
Oh my gosh, I hope he's not listening. And then you got C. Ray Heating.
When Pat says I need a free tank,
free tank.
Your tank is bigger than most drivers. You have a 1,000-gallon tank.
Yeah, there you go. But C. Ray Heating, the unique thing about him is you could go either way. You could go Ray C. or C. Ray.
Okay.
So he's got 2 first names and 2 last names.
Kurt Ray.
Yeah, Kurt Ray, or it could be Ray Kurt. You know,
He'll answer to both.
So, and I think the way his family developed that name was it would be simple and one vowel.
For Kurt's sake?
Yeah. Yep. He's a good guy. Pete Kent hired him, so you know he's cheap. Or not cheap. He's reasonable. I meant to say, Pete's
Lord.
cheap. Pete's cheap, but Kurt is reasonable in pricing. So if you're ever looking for a new furnace or a cooling system, get a hold of Kurt.
I mean, Pete's next business venture, like always, it'll be called Pete's Cheap.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We kind of went off the road a little bit.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
I love Pete, though.
We should say happy birthday.
I don't know
to Pete.
Of all the
Dan Hanchey is
88-year-old people, of all the 88-year-old people in this community, Pete's in the top 5.
At least.
Yeah, I think there's only 4 out there,
Yeah.
but he's in the top 5. And then Bush Insurance, Matt Bush started that back in the day, and his son-in-law Kurt McLaughlin's in there running it now, along with Christy.
And Shane.
Yeah, and Shane Strichter, great community member. I mean, Shane can put him down as good as anybody I know. He's just a great guy, and if you want in for a good time, he'll be there for the ball dropping. He'll have the Coca-Cola out there, and then the Coca for hot Coca.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then B1039, how can we forget Jen and Dom without them investing in the Big Rapids? It takes a lot of money to start up something like this, and they took a chance. And I always tell the young people, when you're young, take that chance. Don't wait until you're old. Well, they waited until they're old.
We did, yeah. We did until he was at least 50.
You did do it.
We did do it at an older age, yes.
And no, you did. But we really appreciate you coming down here. Without you here doing this, Brian and I wouldn't have the chance to come on here and express our views on our great expertise when it comes to sports.
That's right, yeah. Expert opinion and commentary, as we call
You talk about family, and this is a family here.
Radio family.
Yes, it is.
Maybe the Manson family, but the family.
Every family's a little dysfunctional.
We all have that uncle, and I'm not pointing to anybody in the studio right now, but we all have that uncle.
Yeah. Well, I felt kind of bad. One of my good customers that come in every day, and they're good for at least 2 or 3 trips in there every day, was handcuffed, taken away to jail. So our revenue is going to be down a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Thanks to our local police department.
Yeah, there you go.
They really are watching out for the best of us, but it hurts me a little bit in the pocket.
Well,
darn it.
Money, safety.
I've never been there.
Well, the nice thing about it is you'll get 3
It
square
could be
meals.
the Salina 52 truck stop, if you've ever seen that on Facebook.
But you guys are pretty good, Brian. Everybody really they don't commend you guys enough for protecting us. I say that we've had a lot of people come up here and try to disrupt our ways of life, and you guys are right on it, and they don't stay. We welcome everybody. I mean, I don't care who you are, but there's a constitution in Big Rapids that we like to uphold, and you guys do that for us. So I'm thankful for that on Christmas. That's a great gift for all of us that you guys give us. But anyway, Christmas?
Christmas? Yeah, we're doing Christmas. Yeah.
I know. What are you thankful for on this?
That my son's coming home. He works up at Boyne Mountain, and he's coming home for at least one day, so that's good.
Kind of nice, isn't it? So
Yeah.
just the 3 of you together.
Just the 3 of us.
That's the sad
small.
thing about a small family. Growing up with 12 of us in there, man, it was just, I look back and I just think, wow, we were so lucky, not so much about the gifts, but each other's smile and wrestling and the camaraderie around the chicken dinner that Mom always cooked us up, or turkey, whatever. And I seriously will have to call my sister Nancy. I wish I had time. She could tell you a lot of stories about her Curry Christmases. And
we'll get her on the phone New Year's night. We got 4 hours to fill.
Okay, yeah, maybe we'll do that. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Year end, yeah. We'll call some other people too. And then Bob, how about you tomorrow? What's your plans?
Not doing much. Just
going out for dinner?
I'll probably come to work because I have nothing else to do. I just come here.
Yeah.
But no, I'm hoping to get everything done so I can stay home for one day. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll be on the air tomorrow morning, though.
Oh, you will be?
I will be.
He is such a dedicated employee.
300, well, people are listening, so.
They will be too.
Yeah, Christmas music all day.
We'll be doing your new radio as we.
Oh, I got to tell you, I know some people said, oh, all they do is play Christmas music. I never heard that this year from anybody. In fact, I got to commend you for playing the last 2 weeks straight Christmas songs, haven't you?
Straight Christmas songs. And one of the things that I'm most proud of is we play the songs that 100%.
Right.
Like you know the artist. When you hear them singing, it's not some off-brand, pop boys band singing Silent Night. No, it is Silent Night sung by
Frank Sinatra, and Bing
exactly
Crosby, and Burl
Perry
Ives.
Cuomo.
Yeah.
Those are the
That's
songs
comfort
that
food.
a true 80s station should play because that's what
Bruce
we grew
Springsteen.
up on. That's all we had.
Yeah.
We didn't have this other stuff, right?
Right.
And so we want it to sound traditional Christmas music, and that's what we do.
But tomorrow after midnight, we'll be putting Mariah back in the freezer for.
Yes, back in the freezer.
That's okay. But I got to tell you now how I know people listen. Several people came in the last couple of weeks and say, Pat, that's really nice. You guys calls me like I'm part of this.
You are.
You guys are playing all Christmas music. It's really, really nice.
Yep. Not just the secular holly jolly and all that, but what child is this and
beautiful
away to
songs,
me, all those,
Well, Bill Torrey said to me this morning, goes, hey, you got to get going. You're going to be on at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm so glad your friends remind you of doing the show. That's good. Thank you.
But he reminded me because he heard Bob talk about it earlier, and he said, yeah. So how do you like the Christmas music? Because I love it.
Good.
So a lot of people love it.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. So maybe we should do it year round.
No. No.
They've toyed with that idea. There are places
They're
you can
going to
find it if you
veto
want.
that. No.
Yeah,
We'll
there's
be back
places-
to 80s and music more.
Thank you.
I know.
Yeah. Back to Bon Jovi. And
Yes.
and we should thank our sponsors on this show, including M&M Collision Center.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
great people down
came
there.
on this year.
M&M Landscaping,
M&M Lawn and
Landscaping and snowplow.
Snowplow.
That's it.
You need snowplow and call M&M.
There you go. Get on that list.
Yeah, Matt's a great guy.
Of course, Zot's Bar and Grill.
Yep.
And, they're open till 3 o'clock today for lunch, so get on over there and wish them a Merry Christmas. Let's see, and Big Rapids Tire.
Andrew Brock.
There you
Andrew?
go. Yeah.
Second generation company.
So
They
make
do
sure
a great job down there,
if you run
Brian.
into them, just say thanks for making Pat possible here on B103.
There you go, yeah.
There you go. All right.
And we'll see you, Bob. Thanks a lot. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
And we'll see you next Tuesday right here on B1039.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. We're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
Hi, this is Pat Curry. We're right here with Biran Miller at 1039. We talk about what's happening with sports in Big Rapids. Well, we got a new sponsor. None other than the Great Body Shop right on Maple Street, east of the bridge in Big Rapids, Michigan. It's called M&M Collision Center. They're celebrating 30 years of trusted, top-quality auto body repair and remains the name you can trust. Whether you have a major collision repair or a minor fender bender, our award-winning team has you covered with free loaners and vehicle detailing with every repair. They work with all insurance companies and treat every vehicle like it's one of their own. From auto body repairs to supporting local community organizations, giving back to the community is part of who they are. Come and see Matt and Devin and Trish and Justin. Just a great group of people there. Come and see why Big Rapids trust M&M Collision Center of Big Rapids, where quality and community come together.
Come say cheers in Zots Bar and Grill. Downtown Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people. So come on down where everybody knows your name. Zots Bar and Grill, the People's Choice Best Soup winner. The burgers are where it's at. Originally opened in 1933 with seasonal beers on tap, located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Zots Bar and Grill is a proud sponsor of the Signature Player of the Week for the Hot Stove Sports League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
It's snowing again, and the last thing you want is to have to deal with that old clunky snowblower that might not even start. Or perhaps you've been told that shoveling is not a very good idea for you. Well, wouldn't you like to have the peace of mind knowing that your driveway and walks will be taken care of? M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing wants to give you that peace of mind. No matter how long or short your driveway is, M&M can take care of it. If you just want snow plowing and walk shoveling, or if you like the full treatment with a layer of salt, they can do that as well. If you're a business owner, you know that an unplowed parking lot means lost revenue. Let M&M take care of it before your doors open. Remember, customers on the plow list get first priority when the snow comes. All it takes is a phone call to M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, 231-796-4956. When winter rears its ugly head, and it will, take comfort that M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing is here to serve you. When was